Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne's Sharp World. And what in the hell do we have here? We have the Fox Knives Karambit. That's what we have here. I'm going to try and keep my enthusiasm contained for this one because this knife makes me feel like much more of a badass than I'll ever be. But nonetheless, it is pretty gnarly. We're going to go over it. Before I go over it, if you guys like what you see, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, follow along. I will continue to bring the content for you guys. Now, let's check out some specs on this knife. We have an overall length of 8.5 inches, blade length coming in at 3.10 inches, cutting edge right at 3 inches, blade thickness of 0.12. We have blade material being Bowler N690 with a gnarly aggressive hawkbill style blade with a flat grind stonewash finish, handle length coming in at 5.5 inches, handle thickness at 0.5 inches, handle material of a very, very, very aggressive G10 with a right hand, left hand, tip up only carry. Coming out of Italy, this guy weighs 4.2 ounces, and it is a total of $129.95. So, before we go any deeper, let's do some size comparisons. And, well, obviously, we're just going to have regular knives because I don't really have a whole collection of karambits. But we have our TRM Atom. And we also have our CJRB large feldspar. So, however you want to do length, I guess just from front to back, somewhat comparable. None of these are going to give a true great comparison, but I guess those two did about as good as we can do. But if we have a karambit on the channel, we absolutely have to have a cold steel, because cold steel and anything aggressively tactical looking goes together perfectly. So here we have our cold steel Cold 4, as well as our Paramilitary 2 from Spyderco. Again, there you have it, guys. Gonna just keep it to those comparisons today because this is obviously a very unique looking piece. But nonetheless, I mean, obviously, so we know what karambits are for. Karambits are for pretty much primarily self-defense. For a time you ever have to cut a thing with a name, yeah, not necessarily something you use for EDC, but I always was kind of intrigued by them. I always thought they looked awesome. I mean, they do look cool. They're just not super functional. But I've always wanted one. I wanted to pick one up, so I thought, you know what? I'll get one. I'll carry it for a little while and just see how much I actually use it. So I did, and here are the results. First, this blade is razor sharp. I mean, it's not exactly like a Quiet Carry Waypoint or TRM Atom when it comes to thinness. I can't even really get in there and show it to you. But it is just the hawkbill, the roundness, the curve of the blade as it's coming in. It cuts like a madman. It is a slicer. It will slice through anything. Again, it's designed for a certain purpose. We know what that is. I'm not going to get into anything too brutal in discussion, but you know. If you know, you know, and I think you all know. So that's all I got to say about that. But I will say this blade is a little more useful than I thought. It really is. Two things that this blade is amazing at using it for: opening packages and opening letters. I opened a letter with this thing and just put it at the tip and pull through, and it goes whoosh, and it's open, and it literally made that sound. Whoosh, whoosh. It was pretty awesome, but it slid right through it. I mean, it is a master of opening up letters and also a master of opening up boxes because it's such an aggressive point. Basically coming straight down. It's razor sharp, so you just pull it through the tape, and you open up cardboard. Not something you would probably want to cut cardboard with a lot, but to just open packages and open letters, it actually works phenomenally well. So I was surprised by that. The only problem is, you know, this is not a knife you want to whip out, you know, anywhere. You don't probably don't want to whip it out at a grocery store or really anywhere outside of just, you know, shooting the crap with friends, talking about your day, whatever, you're at home. Just something you want to keep more discreet. A little more, definitely a discreet carry. But it carries really well. I'll talk more about that here in a bit. But I like the jimping everywhere. I like the jimping on the flipper tab here and then up here, because this is also made to hold in kind of just the regular forward grip. And it feels really well. It feels surprisingly well. I wasn't expecting this, but I got it, and I'm happy about it. Your thumb sits right there just fine. Your index finger sits a little back from the flipper tab, which is kind of nice. Some knives, the flipper tab is like hugging your finger, and some people do and don't like that, so you don't feel that there. It feels really good. In the forward grip, it feels really nice. A lot of that is from the jimping there. Your thumb is locked in. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting into the ergos, but actually, that's pretty much all I got for the blade, because while it's not basic, it's pretty much is what it is. It's your hawkbill blade. But the ergos are pretty good. In the forward grip, they're good. But obviously, the most important grip you're going to be using it in is the reverse grip. That's what this thing is made for. For anyone that isn't super familiar with the Karambit, I'm assuming probably most of you are. But it clips into your pocket right here, so it's obviously extremely high carry. It's supposed to be. This is exactly the way a Karambit should be constructed. And you put your finger here and you pull it out of your pocket. And as you pull it out of your pocket, it's very important with this one, the wave here, this is the Emerson wave, it's not on the back. So you have to pull it out sideways, and as you pull it out sideways, it catches it and deploys the blade. The hem of your pocket, that is. But it's very important to pull it out sideways. If you just pull it straight out, nothing's happening. You have to pull, twist, catches it, and deploys it. That's how this works, and when done right, it is 100% effective. It works fantastic. The Emerson Wave works fantastic on any knife. It's the fastest opening method of any knife. This is faster than an OTF. It's faster than an out the side. This is faster than any automatic, because the moment you pull out of your pocket, you can't even blink in the time that this blade flies out. So very, very effective deployment there. And again, it's made for those oh crap situations. But it does feel pretty good in hand like this. I'm trying to get it, it feels a little long. I feel like my index finger is just a little farther away than I would like it from my other three fingers. And when you scooch them together, then you're kind of hitting the contour of the handle. But still not too bad, but I wish overall the handle was just like a 1/4 inch, literally just maybe a 1/4 inch shorter, and it would be perfect, just about perfect. 1/4 inch to a 1/3 inch shorter, all I'm looking for, but still no real complaints. Feels pretty good. It's fun. It's real fun to just mess around with. You don't want to mess around with it in public, but there are self-defense classes you can take with these. I believe it's Filipino-style martial arts is where Karambits really come into play. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a martial arts guru by any means, but I believe this is primarily Filipino martial arts. But it works. It works. If you ever had to use it, it would work. And it's just a fun piece to have. Again, if you carry it a lot, you're probably not going to use it. There's no problem carrying it. As long as it's legal in your state, I don't see any issue with carrying it. It's just another form of self-defense. It's no different than carrying something that goes pew-pew. It's just, it's all about the legalities of it. But you're just not going to pull it out very often. It's going to sit in your pocket, and you're going to forget it's there, which is fine because, it's not something you need to mess with all day. It's there for it when you really need it. But I was just really intrigued by it, so I had to try one out. The action, like I said, the action with the wave is good, but this is also, it's very stiff. For the wave to work effectively, it has to be built pretty stiff, so to flip it, it needs a lot of wrist, but it will flip out. It will flip out, but it's pretty much impossible to just flip it like a regular flipper. You can push it, it doesn't work anything, doesn't do any good, very stiff, but wrist will get it out there for you. Just a regular typical liner lock, nice lockup, and overall extremely solid construction. Outside of, just kind of, I think, how cool it looks, the construction is what really stands out. This thing is built extremely durable. It's made for a battle. It is definitely made for a battle, and just definitely feels like you're holding something of some real durability and strength. So really, that's all I got for you on this one. It's a fun one. It's not for everybody, but I wanted to have one on the channel. I wanted to check one out myself. So there's the Karambit for you guys. Let me know what you think. Do you have a Karambit? Have you ever messed around with a Karambit? Any bad experiences? Let me know. I want all the info on your Karambit experiences if you've had any. Let me know what you think of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There won't be a lot like this. This is kind of just going to be a one-off thing for me, but I thought I'd get it on here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.